everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Romie Robertson and this is Roaming with Romie, a channel where we talk about budget travel with a cultural and historical focus. In this video, I will be talking about my personal favorite part of Jamaica, and that is the parish of Portland, Jamaica. I truly think of Portland as Jamaica's hidden gem. It is starting to change, which I'll touch on a little bit later in this video. But before we jump into it, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, like this video, share it with friends and family. It really does help me out here on YouTube. All right, now about Portland, Jamaica. So Jamaica is divided into different parishes. You can think of them as like counties or regions. And Portland is the parish in the upper northeastern part of the island. So I'll try to include some type of map here. I don't know where on the screen I'll put it, but I'll go ahead and point out where Portland is. Portland is mostly a rural part of Jamaica. For the most part, most of Jamaica's parishes are more rural outside of some of the main towns or cities, such as Kingston, Montego Bay, Ocho Rios. So Portland is pretty much rural, though the main seat of Portland is the town of Port Antonio. So that's kind of the biggest town in Portland. So that's where you'll find most of your restaurants, hotels, commercial shopping, things like that. So a fun fact about Portland is that it actually has the highest rainfall in all parts of Jamaica, which is interesting because the times I've been to Portland, it didn't seem very wet or rainy. Actually, for the most part, every time I visited Portland, it was pretty sunny, but just wanted to share that fun fact there. Another fact about Portland is that its main economy is agriculture, though there is a very large growing tourism presence. So that's a good segue into talking about the tourism in Portland. So everywhere in Jamaica, there is tourism. Now, some parts of the island has higher kind of tourism presence and infrastructure than other parts of the island. So of course, you've heard of Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, Negril. Those three parts of the island are pretty much the main tourism centers. Though there is a tourist presence in Kingston, there's tourism in the south coast of Jamaica, and there is tourism in Portland. Portland is kind of unofficially known as a part of Jamaica where very niche travelers or travelers who like to travel off of the beaten path will go to. However, in recent years, Portland has experienced a growth of tourism. More people are learning about Portland, more people are visiting, and because of that, there is a growing tourism presence and tourism infrastructure. So I do predict that in the next 10 years or so, there's going to be way more attention on Portland, lots of more tourism. And in fact, there is a highway now being constructed from Kingston up into Portland. And the opening of that highway will also kind of be the impetus for a lot more visitors in that part of the island. All right, so a few tips to plan your trip to Portland. Portland is located about 2.5 hours from the capital of Jamaica. So if you fly into Kingston Airport, you can rent a car, hire a driver, or even use a coach bus system to get up into Portland. If you fly into Montego Bay, which I believe is much more busy of an airport than Kingston. Actually, it is busier of an airport than Kingston. There's way more international flights coming in and out of Montego Bay. It's about, I think, 4.5 hours, 4 to 5 hours, depending on traffic and road conditions. Please don't quote me on that. I will try to find the answer and include it in the video and in the description. Regardless, Portland is going to be a bit of a drive from where you're going to be entering Jamaica. Now, about where to stay. There are a few really, really nice boutique hotels that Portland is known for. Probably the most popular one is G-Jam Hotel, so I'll include that link in the caption. G-Jam is actually a hotel that I personally would love to stay at during one of my upcoming trips to Portland. There's also another luxury hotel called the Trident Hotel that has been around for a few decades and is also a really popular place in Portland. Now, for my more budget travelers, there are plenty of Airbnbs in Portland, as well as homestays and other just smaller hotels, more economical hotels that are ran by locals. So I would look into booking.com as well as Airbnb. Now moving on to what there is to do in Portland. There are so many things to do in Portland, and Portland is really known for its natural splendor, its scenery, and for still having a very natural and authentic Jamaican culture. One thing that I think makes Portland unique is that it has two different maroon towns that have preserved a lot of its history. And those two maroon towns are places that you can actually visit as a tourist. So those two towns are Charlestown and Maroontown. Maroontown is actually the maroon village where Nanny of the Maroons, not sure if you're familiar with her, but she is a national Jamaican hero. I'll include some sources for you to learn about Nanny of the Maroons. That was actually the maroon town that she founded. And I visited Maroontown about 4 years ago, actually, during my very first trip to Jamaica, and I absolutely loved it. I think it is a great place for you to visit when you go to Portland, especially if you're into history. Portland is also known for its beaches. The most famous beach in Portland is called Frenchman's Cove. It's been around for a few decades. It started off as a resort beach. There still is a hotel and some rooms that you could book on Frenchman's Cove, but for the most part, it's not known for its hotel. It's known as a beach where locals and visitors alike pay a small fee to enter, and then you park your car and you walk along the beach. It's an absolutely gorgeous beach because it is a cove, it's a bay, and you know those types of bay waters are always just nicer than just a big long beach that's out in just open water. And then what makes Frenchman's Cove even more unique is that the river, I'm not sure which river it is, so I'll have to double check, but there's a river that goes along the side of the beach and pours into the mouth of the bay. And that river is this gorgeous bluish green color. There are a few wooden swings that are tied up to some trees right above the river. So a lot of visitors get on the swings and take pictures and videos, and it's just a beautiful place to be. There is a small restaurant and bar on site to order small plates and beverages, and it's honestly one of my favorite beaches in the world. Another beach in Portland that's pretty popular is Boston Beach. I have not been to Boston Beach yet, but I have seen photos and videos. It looks absolutely lovely. So that's a nice kind of bay type of beach to explore as well. Another water activity includes Blue Lagoon. So as the name suggests, Blue Lagoon is a lagoon that is known for its vivid blue color. I haven't personally been yet, but I know many friends and family members who have gone, and it is high on my list during my next visit to Jamaica. Also, keeping in line with the water theme, there are so many waterfalls in Portland. Portland is a very mountainous part of Jamaica. In fact, Jamaica's highest peak, Blue Mountain Peak, is located in the parish of Portland. So there are plenty of waterfalls. Probably there's so many waterfalls that people haven't discovered and named yet, but there are a number of frequently visited waterfalls that if you are a waterfall person and you like to swim in that fresh, cool water, there are a number of waterfalls that you can check out. So some of those waterfalls in the general area includes Reach Falls, Somerset Falls, and Nonsuch Falls. I'll include the names of those in the description as well. And then lastly, I have not forgotten about my foodies. You have definitely heard of jerk chicken. I mean, jerk food and Jamaica kind of go hand in hand. So the most popular place for jerk food in Jamaica is located in Portland. And it's located in the town of Boston, and it's called the Boston Jerk Center. There are a number of different vendors and individual stands / restaurants that are in the Boston Jerk Center. So you can kind of walk down the street, take a look around, and see which restaurant you want to dine in. It's mostly known for its jerk pork, but you can also get jerk chicken, jerk sausage, and then depending on the time of the year, you may be able to get jerk lobster. Be sure to get some fresh festival, bami, and get some roasted breadfruit as well. And that's it. This is just a brief video sharing my favorite part of Jamaica and a place that I highly encourage you to visit. I'll be sure to include all the resources I can find in the description below. So again, if you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, go ahead and click it. It takes half of a second. Go ahead and click that like button as well, and I will see you at my next video. Thank you.